Now, I'd been asked by devotees in New Zealand to say a few words of encouragement for their ongoing book distribution marathon. So I'll say a few words. If you like, you can also stay. Happy to have the invitation to do so. I regularly, by reading the World Sankirtan newsletter, I regularly hear over many years now of getting stories of wonderful things happening in New Zealand. From book distribution, people take the books, they're interested in the books, they want the books. It's not that everyone's like that they're so much interested, but devotees do meet people time to time. I know from my own experiences of distributing Srila Prabhupada's books in the West in the 1970s, we didn't find hardly anyone who was interested in actually reading the books, but somehow or other we distribute them anyway. But now there is more interest in Srila Prabhupada's books. And New Zealand, which is in world politics, it's not considered a very important country. It's a small population, not a very important country, but it's becoming important in the spiritual sense by the regular distribution of books, which has been going on there for many years now. A lot of the credit for that goes to His Holiness Devamrita Swami. As far as I understand, it's mostly his disciples who are doing that. He's pushing that, and they're in the middle of the Christmas marathon in the Western countries. They have a marathon. Devotees work especially hard during December because people are more in the mood to give money at that time, because there's a whole money spending hoopla because of the Christmas season. So people are more inclined to give donations. It becomes very good for distributing books. It's a bit cheating in New Zealand because in the northern hemisphere they have to contend with the snow and the ice also, but in New Zealand it's the summer. That can also make it a little more difficult because often in the summer people, I don't know exactly, but it's often in the summer people are feeling, in summer in the West, not in India. The summer is a pleasant season in New Zealand, which is the winter here, and people are feeling very pleasant, and they don't feel that they need to get very spiritual until all the rain and the snow and the ice comes, and they're feeling more miserable. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The material conditions, devotees, they don't care. They go out, they distribute the books, they pray to Srila Prabhupada for his mercy to distribute his books. So in brief, you've kindly asked me to give a message. My message to book distributors, what I usually say these days is that, well, you already know, you've heard all about it, you've been doing it for years. I don't really have anything to say to you except just do it. Go out and do it. Do the needful, as Srila Prabhupada would say, and Krishna will give you all intelligence what to do. And Maya will also give various obstacles, for sure. That will also be there. The devotee who kindly wrote me an email to invite me to give this talk said that this marathon they're concentrating on, in New Zealand they're concentrating on meditating on Garuda, with the idea that if we make a little effort, Garuda will help us along the way. Just like we have the story which is narrated in one of the Puranas, and it comes in one of the purports in Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is, that the sparrow was trying to do the impossible job of emptying the ocean of water so that she could get the eggs back. And she couldn't do it. How can a sparrow empty the ocean? But then Garuda came and told the ocean, if you don't give those eggs back, I'm here, I'm going to empty you. And then the ocean gave the eggs back. So the idea is that we are helpless by ourselves, but if we make a little effort, then Krishna and his devotees, his empowered devotees, will empower us, and we will be able to do the impossible. So with that motto, they're doing this marathon, and I can simply wish you all the best. Looking forward to seeing all your scores, and New Zealand should smash Australia. Prabhupada encouraged the transcendental competition between different temples and different leaders and different countries. So we would expect Australia, with approximately 4 times the population, that they and many more temples, to be able to defeat New Zealand in book distribution. But if New Zealand can beat Australia, then it will be sour cream in their face. Make sure it's prasadam. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I won't take any more of your time. The marathon means you've got to be out there. Don't moan, don't groan, just go out and pick the bone, as Guru Kripa used to tell his boys in Japan when they were collecting for building the temples in India. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the distribution of his books. All glories to the book distributors. Hare Krishna. Garuda Dev Ki Jai.